Good morning, good morning, good morning, folks. Well, it has been quite a week here in New Hampshire. This is Leah from Blue Whale Arts, and welcome to my happy space. It's getting there. We'll show you some sneak peeks, but this is our week 5 of the gourds being in the ground. Week 5 of the gourds being in the ground. Woo! It's been one of those weeks. And I'll tell you, we have had, I think, every type of weather except for snow. And so the gourds, I am very pleased so far, are doing well. But last week we went from a heat index of over 100 down to 57 degrees. We had almost 4 straight days of rain. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know if anybody else notices or not, but the flowers seem to get thrown off their cycle. That's all I can say, is because I'm doing the bagging isolation method for pure seeds. And I'm going to tell you, all the males are like, hurry up, we got to open. And the females were like, not us, it's too cold out there. And so yesterday was a decent day. We've been getting rain every day since last Thursday, some type of rain. And so it's just been a crazy week. And so let me just see if anybody, I see a few people coming on, and let me see how I can see comments. Okay, well, nobody's commented. So anyways, I just figured I would pop on, and there's a lot going on in the gourd garden right now, and including, we've got a couple, do we keep them or do we not? Because I think they were stowaways in my gold dirt. I'm also going to go through, and I did a video on this. Hi, Selma. Glad you don't have the Florida rain now. Oh my gosh, I know. I am so sorry. But I'm going to tell you, we have had the full month of rain for our month of July in the last, over the holiday weekend. We had nothing but rain, and it's been raining every day. We're due rain today, but I'm very excited that up in the sky over there, we actually have a real bright spot that the poor gourds have not seen, and it's been crazy. So I'm going to start with the arbor, and I'm going to tell you, these babies are just growing. Let me grab a sip of coffee first, because I've been out in the garden since about 5 this morning. Yesterday it was raining in the morning, and so, you know, I felt like the weatherman that, you know, delivering mail. Well, I'm pollinating, and rain, it doesn't matter. Mosquitoes, of course, thank goodness for bug spray. But let me turn the camera around, and I'm going to go through, there's a couple of things I want to show. It's been a busy week here in the garden, so let me just turn my camera around. And we're going to start with the arbor, and look at what's coming up overhead. I am so excited. It's almost getting to be my whole happy place. But we can take a look going this way, and you can see, I'm always amazed that one side of the arbor grows more aggressively than the other, and I don't know why, because everybody gets the same thing, and it's got to be the positioning of the sun. I'm not sure. But let's start over here. Very excited. We have a new variety coming, and hopefully the seeds will germinate well. But we have a lot of seed mamas, and I call seed mamas are the ones that I actually bag, the male and the female. And this is a legendary bottle, so I'm very excited that we are going to have a new variety, another newer variety. There's a few this year that we've added in. But take a peek over here. Which one doesn't look like the others? Well, let me tell you, this guy here. And I think it's a stowaway from the black gold that we got. Hello from Spain. Oh my goodness, what time is it in Spain? Wow. And so I am thinking this stowaway is it is a pumpkin. And the question is, do we let him live or do we pull him out? And right now, I think I'm going to let them live. I've got 2 of these. One came up in my cucumber, but we'll see if it's a pumpkin or not. But because I do the pollination method with the bags for the gourds, he doesn't really interfere with me other than the space he's going to take up. And you know what? Survival of the fittest, mama. That's what I say. So I said at the beginning of the video, and I think I was talking more to myself than to anybody out in the gourd world, that I did a video on vines and snipping the vines. And one of the things I forgot to mention in that video is the reason why you want to snip the vines is to make your female, or what they call lateral vines. But I learned many years ago in a book, the lateral vines are the female vines because they're the ones that have the female or your fruit. And you can see, here's an example. I've got another one that I'm going to show you actually how to snip, but this is a perfect example. This vine here is your main vine. And then you can see coming off of this main vine, and the main vine will only have male flowers. They will not have female flowers. And this is an example you can see coming off of the main vine, a lateral, or what I call the female vine. Let me back up a little bit. And so here's one, and this little girl's going to open tonight. Here's another one. Now the female vine is the one, they will have male and female flowers on them. But the main vine only has males. And the reason why you snip the main vine, and I've got one I can show you how I do that, is to give the energy to the female vines and to the fruit. So you want that to happen. Now I have an example I saw this morning, and that's why I decided to also do this video here. Oh my goodness, look at how cool that leaf curled on there. Okay, I'm sorry, I get sidetracked a lot. Now, where is that perfect example that I saw? Right here. You can see that I've got a female, because you've got the fruit underneath. Let me pull back a little bit. You've got the fruit underneath here. And then here's a male right next to it. Now this male's already gone by, so this will not be for this female. But you can see that they grow. And this is a female vine. And this is the vine that all of your fruit will grow on. And you can get multiple, as you saw in this example over here. I've got them laid out. That off of this male vine, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 female vines coming off of it. And so that's why you want to snip. Now here's an example of one. I space my holes just about 8 feet, a little bit over 8 feet apart. So when they get to a certain point, you can snip between 8 and 10 feet. And so here's a male, and he's getting on the long side. So the way you snip them is you just simply take them and snip it. Almost like a vasectomy. But then we want that energy to go to the female ones. So you can see in a week, in the rain, our gourds are exploding. And you can see the pink ribbons. Anytime you see a pink ribbon, that is a gourd that I actually isolated and hand pollinated. So now we're going to go over and we're going to show you. This is the garden now. And let's see. I've got to walk slowly and go through my maze so I don't step on any babies. I got the rest of my, the salt marsh hay. Is it not beautiful? And I'm going to tell you, I put the rest of my bales down. I pulled up the last 2 sections of the black, and then I'm giving some padding to other places as the gourd vines don't behave. So we have our trellis that's just over 8 feet tall. We have gourds up at the top already, so that's very exciting. Hopefully though, I'll catch all the gourds down below for pollinating and I don't have to go up on the big ladder, but we'll see. But we have some gourds that refuse to behave and go up the trellis. So we're going to make them a bed down below, and I'll just walk around them. But we're excited to have our 12-foot trellis done. And I don't know, with the way the sun's coming in, if you can see. Let me try to go from this angle. Sorry if I'm making anybody sick. Oh, here we go. Here's a spot. But you can also see we've got a race going on with some of the vines that are almost up there. So we've created a system that they can get all the way up there. I was hoping to get some lights up there, but decided that that was not in my best interest for this year anyways, or the gourd's interest in case I drop something on them. Now, here is the other stowaway. This one, I think, is a pumpkin as well. And I plant my cucumbers over here because what? Cucumbers and gourds are in the same family. So it just makes sense that I do the same thing to my cucumbers as I do to my gourds. But look at this. Come on, this is Mother Nature creating art. Is that not the coolest thing ever? I just think that is so cool. But I think this guy is a pumpkin as well. And I think we should just let them live. I also have another stowaway, but he's on the outside in the gold dirt, and that's why I think those guys, I have no idea what that is, but we're just going to leave them be. Worst case scenario, don't tell this plant though, is it could be bait for the groundhogs, and stay away from the gourd garden. But so far, nobody's touched it. Now, because of all of the rain, I'm going to be going through another thing that's happened with the rain is, see this? We've got to go and pick all of these yellow leaves because these yellow leaves are a fungus. Because of all the rain and the moisture, they haven't been able to dry out. Salma, do you see what's around my plants? I got it down. And so that's very cool. So we have to do that. The other thing that we still have to do is I have to get my little step stool. And my trellis system, when I built it, is 8 feet tall. Why? Because at 8 feet, I like to snip my vines. But we can see, I don't know, wait a minute, let me turn around the other way. I don't mean to make people sick if I'm walking too far, I'm so fast. But you can see they're over the 8-foot mark. So now I have to, now that we're gonna have a decent kind of day, except for we went from 57 degree, 90 heat index of 100 to 57 degrees and rainy to yesterday rainy and back up to the 90s. And today our humidity level is going to be back up again. And I don't live in Florida, so I don't really care for this weather. Oh, my mistake. Yes, let's take a look at my mistake. Yep. I don't know what I was thinking that I could put a couple of plants in this area. It is funny. But it's kind of taken over. I'm going to try to maybe put some type of a fence up. It may be a little bit too late and I just have to work with it. But that was my mistake. We won't do that next year. If I do, I'll put some type of fencing to keep them a little bit more corralled. Yeah, right. Anyways, now that's this garden. Last video, I did not show you the last garden, the small garden, which we call the smaller of the two. So this is the big one. And I hope everyone's gourds that's growing gourds are doing well. It's been a little bit challenging with some of this weather scenario. But I'm just we'll go up and take a corner view so you can see the whole thing in its glory. Yep, this is another stowaway. I don't think this one's a pumpkin. You know what? Should we bet? Is it a gourd or a squash? I don't see anything coming yet. Could be an ornamental gourd. We don't know. But it's nice to have surprises in the garden. And they've worked so hard. So this is a view. Let's see if we can get it all in. Well, we'll just do it. This is a view of the large garden. Sorry if I made people sick. And how it's growing. It's amazing how just in a few weeks they just sprout. And the summer goes by so fast. Alrighty, so now we'll go take a look at the small garden. And it seems to be doing well. He doesn't get as much attention as the big garden though. Well, he does for me, but not in the video. So that's why I feel like I have to give equal opportunity. What was that white stuff around the base of the plant? That is alpaca fiber, Linda. That is alpaca fiber that Selma Carroll from Heavenly Oaks Alpaca Farm has sent me, and I'm really liking it. So we'll have to see if she has any available for sale if people are interested in it. Selma, if you want to comment, that would be great. But this is the small garden. And again, you can see I've got some, and I'm amazed at this time of year that they've already made it to that top. So the gourds are just growing wonderfully. So that is the update. A lot going on in the garden. A lot of pollinating happening. A lot of gourd babies going on. We'll keep an eye out for the race on, I was debating whether to do a who guesses which one gets first, but there seems to be a clear winner. The other day they were all equal. And so we will just keep you updated. Next week, if I can, a lot of people have been asking about what do the male and female flowers look like when they're open. And so hopefully I can identify some hardshell gourds and some ornamental gourds with them being open. And we can talk about that in next week's video. But I hope everyone's enjoyed the tour of the garden this week. If you have any questions on snipping, you can go ahead and shoot them to me. Just give me time. Sometimes I'm not in the office as much, as you can see, because I'm in the gourd garden doing what I need to be doing, at least until the second week of August, and then things calm down and they can do whatever they want after that. But I hope everyone has a wonderful week, and shoot me off any topics and I can try to address them the best I can. There are a lot of people on the gourd growing from seed to harvest group. If you're not part of that group already, join the group. And there's folks from all around the world that you know, have inputs, because this is what I do for my little nick of the world, which is in Epping, New Hampshire. But what other folks do can be very different because of your temperature, your soil, and what you do. So this is what I've learned that's best for me here in New Hampshire. I am not a master gardener. I learned from my grandma and grandpa, and I just kind of see what's best and what's worked, and you keep changing it up. So everyone have a wonderful day, and I will see you next week. Bye.